Did you ever have the birds and the bees talk? How did it go? Over the years, I've been fortunate to have very candid, vulnerable, and insightful conversations about gender, sexuality, bodies, energy, intimacy, relationships, and communication. Yes, they're all connected. And they've been with parents and professionals, like I mentioned. So perhaps you've wondered some of these questions. These are some of the questions that we may get into. Some of the questions that I've often get asked are, how can I talk about my child's sexuality or sexual orientation without making them uncomfortable? What do I say or do when I catch a child doing something that isn't age appropriate and could have potentially problematic implications? That's a big one that I get from caretakers and educators, different teachers in daycares and schools, babysitters. And then I've been asked, I know my child is watching pornography. What do I do? How can I make sure my child is safe when interacting with other adults when I'm not around? And another possible question, how can I support my child's self-expression while protecting them from people who may not be accepting of their exploration? One of the things that invites us all to build more rapport and connection is by being willing to have these conversations, first and foremost with ourselves and with our bodies. I wonder how much more ease we could have with this conversation. We were starting to discuss how we may have some potential blind spots, some prejudices, or things that will affect our connection with our bodies, our awareness of that, and our connection to ourselves. And this is going to be really key. It is never too late to get more information, to check in, to build rapport, to connect with bodies, and to make sure that it's accurate information given what's going on with that person right now, so that you can have ease with these conversations no matter where you are in your life and whatever is going on and whoever you'd like to have these conversations with. If you catch me on TV and you catch the video of this, you'll see that there's a map behind me. It's a painting of the world map behind me. And I love having it as a reminder to myself of the impact I'd like to have in the world. I'd like for these discussions to be way easier for as many people that would like to have these discussions. I'm really dedicated to children, families around the world, and for them to know that they're a gift and that there are strengths and capacity that they have that allows them to create a different possibility and a different future for all of us. And so if we were willing to have these conversations with more ease, I wonder what futures we could create together through our choices with this. When can you have these talks? As early as 5 years old, really. Like I've even had some advanced 3 and 4 year olds already start to have these conversations around bodies. And I recommend being clear and accurate with the terminology that you're using. Please don't use the snuffle puff or your flower or your frog. There's so many, every country has a different terminology that they'll use as a euphemism to different body parts instead of using the accurate, clear terminology. And there's a lot of reasons why that's the case. I'm not going to go into why people do it instead of the accurate and clear. I'm going to talk about the benefits of the accurate and clear. So some of the benefits. Well, one, safety. If you're using terminology that everybody knows, then if something is reported, like a child is saying, oh, this person touched me on my butt, they touched me on my vagina, they touched me on my breast, everyone will know what that is.